Good morning. So we have made gains on the animal shelter run. I call it an animal run, but that tends to confuse people because they don't really understand what I'm talking about. Because usually you have a dog run or a duck run or a chicken run or something individual. But I wanted one place where I could divvy it up into sections and keep all my animals and my feed and right next to the water and having a spot on their outside so they can all be turned out one at a time and run for exercise. So I'm calling it an animal run. Well, anyway, you saw the first part of this project, and it has evolved significantly in several directions because all my research and all my plans and all of everything had to be changed as we went. Kittens are complaining because I didn't bring them out. They had to walk out here. Anyway, um, in my original plan, I had something like this envisioned. I'm going to pop a picture up on the screen, hopefully right here. And in this picture, you would think that they took the windows, secured the windows together to make a wall, and then secured the, ow, don't climb on me. Secured the windows together to make a wall of windows, which might work if your windows were all the same size, the wood around the edges was all not rotten, all those things that I didn't have. So my solution in my brain was, okay, I'll lay the windows out and I'll secure the windows together with wood, and then I'll put the walls up with the windows in them. Wrong again. And let me just foreshadow this by saying I've never built anything this big by myself. I have helped put up a couple of houses. So I have a general... Oh, what is your problem? This cat is just needy. Oh, I have a general idea of how walls are put together, how buildings are erected, how it all goes down. But it just wasn't working in my brain for the windows. Okay, and then it occurred to me after I already had one wall already built and set up, you all saw me put that together in the last episode, that I should be putting the windows in on boards, secured like actual windows and doors, with a header and a footer board, after the walls were already erected and put up on the building, which is also wrong, which I came to conclude yesterday. So it's a learning curve. I very, very much learned by doing. I can study stuff and look at stuff and draw plans and think about it and still when I go to do it, it's going to change because I just haven't done it enough or at all to foresee all of the problems. Like the building used to be a certain size, and then I went and thought, oh yeah, because when you put a pitch on a roof, you have to have enough pitch that the snow will slide off. Not so much pitch that you can't stand up there and secure the tin, and then your pitch adjusts the length of your tin. So if I wanted to use 8-foot sheets of tin, I'm okay with cutting the tin off at the end. If it's less than 8 foot, that's fine. But from the center to the outside edge was 8 foot of tin. Then I had to adjust for the pitch, add inches for the pitch, which threw everything off because I had not yet calculated that. So my building was too big. So I cut it down significantly, several feet, because I wanted to make sure that by the time, because my figuring isn't very good. I try awful hard, but my math skills are lacking. I wanted to make sure that by the time I got done, that my 2 foot of pitch wasn't going to screw up my length of tin after I added eaves. Which, if you're a builder and watching this, I am so sorry. Let me just say, don't build anything like I'm building this. It's not the way to do it. It's probably going to stand. It's probably going to be fine. We're securing it in ways that would make any actual builder just have nightmares. But I think it's going to be okay. And it's not like... My husband was helping me yesterday and he says, oh, it'll probably still be here when we're old. Like, well, gosh, I hope not. If if this structure is still here when I turn 50, then I'm going to be very disappointed in us, because you're supposed to evolve and improve your property, not keep stuff around that you built when you were 26. Um, unless, of course, it was something you were really serious about. But it's just an animal run. It's just a greenhouse. I'm going to double it as a greenhouse in the spring. I'm not concerned as long as it lasts all winter. If it falls down this first winter, I'm going to be very, very upset with myself. But we're doing everything we can to fix our errors and learn and make it better, because this is the first of several buildings we want to build. So this is kind of a trial run. The buildings in the future will be much easier because we won't be dealing with ancient windows that break every time you bend them a little bit or put a screw too close to anything. Just, oh gosh, it's so hard. You see all these beautiful window greenhouses on Pinterest, and yeah, maybe so. If all your windows are brand new and the same size, yeah, it could be perfect and beautiful and easy. But if you're using ancient windows, let me tell you, it ain't going to match up, and it ain't going to be easy. And then, of course, I'm always working on a budget, so I'm not using dimensional lumber, which makes it even more challenging. I am using the lumber from my sawmill, which is a true 2x4, which you wouldn't think that'd make much difference, except that the boards that I am buying are on the lower grade, which I figured, it doesn't need to be here 100 years. It'll be fine. Problem being, some of them are warped. Now everybody just cringed, because you can picture it in your head that if you put walls up with warped boards, your walls are warped. Your corners are not square. Your length and your dimensions change. So your wall might be this length at the top and this length at the bottom. And I got to go back to building furniture, because building buildings is way out of my wheelhouse. But without any further ado, here is our current situation. Yes, I know. There should be studs in the walls before the walls go up, yes. And a lot of the boards on the top are just holding it together until I get the studs in the walls. And yes, there are posts on every corner that it is tied to, so that the wind doesn't take it while it's still being built and crash it. But I'm happy with it. It's gonna be okay. And can you imagine what my building skills are gonna be like in 10 years? like I'm gonna have learned a few things. But today I am figuring out how many 2x4s I am going to need to shore up the walls with studs to frame in the rest of the windows. And I'm just focusing on doing one thing at a time, because if I think about buying all the boards for the walls and then buying all the boards for the rafters and then buying the stuff for the roof, I get overwhelmed. So we're just doing one section at a time. So today is walls. I'm going to go down to the sawmill and get the boards I need for the walls. And then we will deal with the roof. And once we get all that together, we'll deal with the inside. But for now, they're just dealing with the walls. So I am going to end this video right here, because it's already 10 minutes long. Most of it was discussion. It's just going to be a big series to do this situation. So if you are a builder, or are married to a builder, or have geometry in your background, this is probably not the series for you, because you will be driven crazy by measurements and things that aren't square and things that are done wrong. But if you're like me and are just trying to learn how to do something new your own way, getting your hands in the project, figuring it out as you go, and enjoy the process of learning how to do something, then hang around, because this is interesting.